I'm going to give you a little bit of information about off-season, what guys should and shouldn't do, and how they're going to get better in the off-season. But before I do that, hit up Coach Rob at CompleteRacingSolutions.com. You can start his programs for $22 a month, and he will increase your cardio, your flexibility, your mental. And guess what? That's a monthly. You don't have to commit to a year. It's less if you commit to a year. But if you just go month to month, and guess what? If you're not happy with what you get from Coach, he refunds your money. I don't know what else you could ask for. Epic Garage Designs. If you want to just clean up your garage, get yourself a pro rack. Get the garbage off the floor. Now that it's cool out, it's not hot in your garage, get out there and work. Get that stuff off the floor, hang your bikes, make it look good. Ride Strapped. Check out Ride Strapped. Goggles, glasses, shirts. If you like the Red Pill shirt, hit it up. He does some really cool stuff. $19.99 for this shirt. That's a bargain, man. These things are soft and comfortable. And if you're going to ship something, ship it with Precision Transport. Precision Transport is a company that supports motocross. It's a trucking company that just won't jerk you around, and that's hard to find these days. So anyway, guys, let's get into this.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
So guys, this off season, let me give you some stuff to think about during the off season. Take a guy like Hayden Deegan. Hayden Deegan just had an emotionally draining, crazy season. He's SMX champion. I want to say world champion, but I just can't bring myself to say world champion when the events were Charlotte, Chicago, and LA. If you had one in Canada, France, and the USA, I just can't bring myself to say world championship. And yes, I know guys from all over the world compete in it, but it's not a world championship. It's the SMX championship. And I'll just leave it at that without making fun of the name, because I like this event so much. I don't want to downplay it by calling it super duper anymore. So I'm gonna do my best not to call it super duper, because I'm such a big fan of the single, double, and triple points. And I know a lot of you guys don't like it, and you're complaining, oh, it's too much, it's gimmicky. Of course it's gimmicky. It's supposed to be gimmicky. It's supposed to draw attention. It's supposed to create excitement. That's exactly what it did. If you don't like gimmicky, pay attention to the regular season. That's still the same. The Supercross season's the same. The outdoor season's the same. That's good for you guys. If you don't like gimmicky, just turn off those 3 races. That's it. So, problem solved. It's going to get bigger and bigger. And guess what? Just like some things in life, you got to accept the new. Although, Chat GPT, I'm not accepting that, guys. As most of you guys know, I'm in real estate. I was doing some real estate training. They were talking about Chat GPT today. This is terrifying. Terrifying. I didn't realize what it can do for you and how easily it can manipulate words and just rewrite things. Oh my God, how are kids ever going to learn anything? I don't know how, but... And then where will this go when it learns your personalities? I'm sorry, but if it learns your personalities and then some political figure buys the data that shows exactly what words would trigger you to go a different direction, I'm really worried about it, but I don't know how we fix it. Maybe you guys know. Okay, I'll get off the non-moto stuff, but if I'm Hayden Deegan this offseason, and after having this brutal season, you got to still work on some stuff. You've got to get better. Figure out, he needs to sit down with this crew. Brian, hey, what is something that I can do better for next year? Take this time when you don't have to worry about everything in your program. You can just go in, and he sucked at Southwick, or he didn't suck, but he wasn't very good. Go ride sand for 2 weeks. Just go play in the dunes. Do some different stuff that will add skill sets. Go do wheelies in the backyard. Those types of things build skills. They like to call it talent. All talent is a skill set realized. And maybe you call talent when somebody can learn skills quickly, but talent is such an overused word in our sport. That's what we describe something that when somebody does something really good that we haven't seen before, they go, that's talent. Well, it's actually a skill. So I don't know which one it is, but tomato, tomato. But those skill sets can be learned. For example, Cooper Webb, a couple years ago, I mean, he was still functional, but he struggled in whoops. He jumped through the whoops. He wasn't the best skimmer of whoops. So he took the off season, comes back the next year, now he can ride whoops. That's an example of somebody who recognized, and I believe he was already champion before this. He was champion, then he still improved on whoops because everyone else improves too. And Eli Tomac and all these good riders who have lasted for a really long time, every off season, they almost add something to their repertoire. Either it's fitness, which is, the off season is a great time when you don't have to peak, to build like a base fitness to where you don't have to run your heart rate really high and just go for a really, really long time. That way throughout the season, you have this base that you can come back on. If you have to take a few days off because of injury, the base keeps you bouncing back quickly, and you wear that down all year. This off season is a great time to rebuild that. And that's why I feel bad for a guy like RJ Hampshire, who's going to the Des Nations. Now he's about a month behind everybody else. And is he going to be able to do whatever skills or cardio base? And I know he's a veteran and he's got a lot of that, but he doesn't have the same opportunity as Hayden Deegan and and Levi Kitchen, who gets a whole new program. And Levi Kitchen left Yamaha. Don't kid yourself, guys. Levi Kitchen left Yamaha because he wants to be the number one guy somewhere. He wants to be a champion. And if you're on Star Yamaha, you are always number two to Hayden Deegan, unless you're a 450 guy. But any 250 guy on that team, you are second fiddle to Hayden Deegan. Whether they give special treatment depends on who you talk to. But that team in particular has been accused of having favorites on the team. Just ask the Martin brothers. They believe that happened, and I believe it did too. But that would be why I think Levi Kitchen chose to go to pro circuit rather than stay on what is right now considered probably the best bike in the 250 class, which is that Star Yamaha 250. But Levi Kitchen, whole new off season. He gets a whole new set of people to work with, different eyes watching him. And maybe somebody at the pro circuit team or when they go out riding will notice something different and say, hey, why do you do this? Why don't you do that? And it's crazy sometimes with a change of scenery, how much better it can make you. I mean, just look at Jason Anderson a couple years ago when he left Rockstar Husqvarna, who he'd been with for so long. He goes to Kawasaki and he's better. Eli Tomac leaves that Kawasaki, that same team that made Anderson so much better, and gets better at Yamaha. You get different people around you that notice different things, and it's just fresh. Sometimes you just need a change of scenery. The off season, I'm excited. I like to watch these guys through the off season, and you find out who did their work, who built their skill set in the off season, the first couple of months of 2024. So anyway, that's it for now, guys. Tell me what you think about ChatGPT. That thing scares the hell out of me. Remember, subscribe, and I will catch you guys later. As you guys know, I am now a real estate agent, and I work for Berkshire and Hathaway. If you're buying a house anywhere in the country, please reach out to me. Let me set you up with an agent in your area. Yeah, I get a referral fee, but I will make sure you get an agent that knows what the hell they're doing, get you the best price for your house, or get you the best deal on your house. And yeah, they'll definitely be able to hook you up. So just email me at chriscookseymedia@gmail.com. And then think about this. If you're going to buy a house and you're like, I'm going to wait for interest rates to go down. If you're buying a $400,000 house, do you know how many more people are going to qualify for a loan if the interest rates go down 1%? For a $400,000 home, 300,000 more people are going to be qualified to buy that house. What do you think that's going to do with the market? It's going to make that house go up. If you buy that house right now at the little bit higher interest rate and they drop a couple points and everybody wants to buy that $400,000 house, what do you think that's going to do to the value of the house that you bought this year? It's going to make it worth a lot more. And, you can always refinance if it's that big of a difference. They've fixed a lot of these things in these loans to where they're not allowed to refinance you unless they can lower your payment by, I believe, $100 a month. But anyway, please don't forget me when you're buying a house, selling a house, or if you need to lease a house and you're in the Las Vegas area, hit me up. But anywhere in the country, I will set you up with an agent. So thanks, guys, and I'll catch you later.